Afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. You're watching A New Way of Being, hosted by Avatar Galextra and Andraggon on Facebook Live.
Hmm.
Just hit it. Okay,
Um,
I'm not supposed to smile because I have all kinds of problems with my mouth, and Mr. Trump deformed my mouth by removing teeth and leaving certain spaces in my mouth, and
hmm.
so I'm not really allowed to speak too much because I really can't. If you notice, it's coming to the side. But
And so the advertiser is telling you that she is. Um,
I'm being attacked and abused by Mr. Trump.
mhm.
And Mr. Trump is going and harassing and terrorizing um, Morning Joe. That is not very nice. Mr. Trump, you've done a whole lot of bad things to me. I am disappointed that you would turn on other people who are not even bothering you.
Hmm.
So I'm not even bothering you either, but yet I'm being attacked and abused. Why? Is it because you're mentally ill? You have to be mentally ill to come and attack and abuse human beings with Mr. Trump or with Mr. Trudeau, sorry, and spending your time making sure Mr. Trudeau does not pay the money he owes, and you owe us in the billions.
Hmm.
You need to pay the money instead of looking to create problems with other people. You don't have the money to pay. So I would advise that you tell the United States government who you're supposed to be working for and who is giving you the okay to go and do bad things to other people. You need to stop it. One of the bad things that you're doing that you haven't told the public that you are the killer. You're the one that is killing the people and calling it
One
coronavirus.
of the
Corona.
killers.
Yes, one of the killers. Sorry,
Hmm.
they killed 5 members of my family, and they didn't call it coronavirus then. Mr. Trump and Mr. Trudeau did that to my family. They owe me in the billions because of what they have done to my family. I have no more family because they've killed them out. So, Mr. Trudeau, I am not interested in the stuff you and Mr. Trump have going for each other. All I'm interested in one thing. You all owe me money and you need to pay money. You haven't paid a cent. And I would like to see my money right away because my family also has a right to be able to have money to live. And you have blocked us. Mr. Trump has possibly you too, Mr. Trudeau, has set up and made sure you demonize my life and terrorize and abused us.
Hmm.
As I see, you have now shifted to Mr. Joe,
No, just
but
Scarborough.
Mr. Scarborough, sorry. Um, what you have done to me and my family, my daughter, was wrong. You and Mr. Trudeau did very evil things. And now you want to tell us what we are supposed to do to please you. Well, let me tell you something. We are not working in Canada or in the United States because of what they have done to me in the United States while I was there. They terrorized me night and day. When I came here, they continued the job by telling Mr. Trudeau that call me a terrorist, treat me like a terrorist,
Hmm.
sorry. And they did. I was tormented in places when I tried to get jobs to work. I got jobs at different times, but I was being tormented because wherever I went, they called and make sure that those people are there to terrorize me in the jobs. I did not understand what was going on at the time. I was wondering why this was happening. It was in the United States, now in Canada. But I also remembered what the United States told Canada to do to me. And I said it just now. They
Hmm.
wanted to make sure that I'm terrorized in Canada too. So Canada terrorized me, and then when the time came and we had nothing and we were out in the streets, then Canada decided that they were going to. When I called out the fact that they killed out my family, they said they were going to pay the money. I haven't seen a cent except the money that I'm supposed to get from the government for not having any money. All they have to do is to pay me my money. I'll be able to look after myself. I'm not interested in their jobs. I will create jobs for people. We will, sorry.
Hmm.
We will make sure that people are looked after and taken care of in the right way. The ones that we are responsible for when they need help and we have enough to help them, yes, we would. But your government does not want to do that. Mr. Trump is a greedy, gluttonous, disrespectful, evil man who has been doing a lot of damage to my family. You should see the weight my daughter has from what he has done. That's one thing, and many other things he has done. We want our money so that we can go and look after ourselves. We're not interested in what these people are trying to tell us that they're going to look after us. We are not interested in them looking after us. We want our money. And we want out of this kind of insanity that they've created to destroy my family while they pretend to be something of people who can be trusted. They show the lack in trust. They also show prejudice. They show a lot of things that I am disappointed in these people. All I want from these people is my money, and it's not just mine. It belongs to my daughter, my husband, and me, our son too, who is not here but has been terrorized separately. Now we haven't seen our son for quite a few years, and we are interested in seeing him. We want our money so that we can go and get our child, the next child, the other child we have, so we can bring our children, our family together and look after our family. We're not interested in y'all telling us we have to go to your jobs. We're not going to your jobs. We've done that already. We've been abused, each and every one of us.
You and that.
Yes, each and every one of us.
Yeah.
So please, we would like to have our money within this week. We've been asking you, and we are now telling you we need our money and we need it now. We are not interested in your gameplay. You go and play your own dumb games if you want to, but I'll say this: give us our money because we don't need your help any other way. You give us our money, we are going on our way. We have to go to the West Indies to check to find out if I have any relatives left. My family and I, and we'll come back because we are starting some business here, or we can start a business and just work from wherever we are. We want our money now. See what you've done to my teeth? Yeah, look at this. Put a tooth next to another one. Took it from in the back here. That wasn't enough. Blind me. I could hardly see. That's not enough. He took away my memory using that technology. As a matter of fact, that's where you're getting the people killed from. That technology that he's using, it has vast capabilities, cloaks of invisibility, and they can use that to do whatever they want with you, which he's doing now, calling coronavirus. This is what the coronavirus is. That machine that they got by mistake and is now using that mistake and turning it into a big weapon to destroy human beings. Remember, a year or two ago, these people came out and said they wanted to get rid of either 60 or 90 percent of the people. Well, guess what? This is how they're getting rid of the 90% by getting rid of people all over the world using the coronavirus as their impetus.
Their weapon?
Their weapon. You need to start looking at the truth. And this is the God's truth. It's that machine that he's using that is killing the people out, the ones they want killed. Using Mr. Trump, the United States is getting away with all kinds of murder. And they were putting people in jail for killing just to save them, protect themselves from being killed. These are the people that are now running your country and is running our lives and forcing us to live in a manner in which no one should live, without food, giving us 1,900.
Yeah, you and I.
For between my husband and I and our daughter. These are not things that should be done. Our daughter has pride, so she thinks that if people are going to treat her that way, she's going to go out and work. But when she finds that she goes out to work and see the kind of treatment that she's receiving as a human being, or should I say, as the only princess that you have in this world, she's an African princess.
Cosmic
princess.
princess.
And what you all have done to this young lady is evil. What you've done to her brother is evil. And he's our prince, the prince of the universe, as well as Mahogany, the princess of the universe. And guess who I am? Guess who we are? We are the authorities. And yet we haven't picked up one thing to scold or beat you down or call you ugly or tell you that you're evil or twisted. But I do speak about the behavior that I've been receiving from many of you who chose to mistreat and degrade, harass and terrorize my family like Mr. Trump does, and use other people wherever we are going. Once he finds out where we are going, because we can't see him, he made sure he blinded me so that I can't see him anymore.
He's in the fourth dimension when he's
using the fourth dimension abilities through that machine. He gets himself hidden. He comes inside of the places that you are. He steals what he wants. Most of my clothes are stolen. He's made sure he ripped down all of my hair. Nobody said anything about that. The United States haven't put him in jail for what he did. Deformed my mouth. Put a hole on the side of my foot. I can't tell you what he did to my daughter. She doesn't want me to speak about it. And so because of this, I could only give you innuendos about her being terrorized and persecuted. Our son is in danger. We have to get a hold of our child, our other son, or our son.
Yeah, we have two children here.
Yes, and we want Mr. Trump and Mr. Trudeau to pay the bill that they owe, not only for killing out my family, but what they did to our daughter, what they tried to do to my husband, and most of all, what they have done to me. I could hardly speak to you. I'm in extreme pain on an everyday basis and in the night. I get up in the morning and I'm in extreme pain. If it was not for my husband, I don't know what I would have done. And then they're sending out people on the media to tell me, not every media, but to tell me what I'm supposed to do. And they're telling me what I'm supposed to do, and they don't even know me well enough to know what I went through. They're hearing a lot of lies by other people who been giving them lies, and so it's going on from one set of lies to the other, and it never stops. Ladies and gentlemen, I need that money to make sure that I look after my mouth, get our daughter back in shape in the way in which she was before they did this to her. She was petite, gorgeous looking young lady. They did this in order, Mr. Trump wanted to ugly me up, so he managed to do this damage to my mouth and my different parts of my body. No one saw that as criminal acts. But a guy standing up on top of another, police standing up on top of a man's neck and kills him. And guess what? No one cared.
Actually, people are protesting that crime. Police officer in Minnesota state, he puts his knee on the throat of an African-American male who's handcuffed.
And not just on the throat, on the whole neck.
Lying on his back.
And he's under the car.
Well, he's not under the car.
He appears to. He looks as if he's under.
He's beside the cruiser or the car that.
But if you look at the picture, it looks as if he's under the car, partly under the car, and close to the car, or really under the car, and he's, the guy has his knee on his neck. Why would people be so brutal? And why are these people turning around, the ones who are speaking about it, treating the man as if he's just a car? And these are the same people that are running after the African men to sleep with them, to marry them. And this is how they get treated? Why are we mistreating the people in life that are beautiful human beings, like Morning Joe and his wife? like many people of color and even people of other nationalities. Why are we being terrorized and persecuted? I want to know why this is going on and why Mr. Trump is being allowed the freedom to be able to get away with all kinds of murder, and you all believe it. And I don't dare come out and say it, and this is why I'm saying it. I want you to know that the machine that Mr. Trump is using, that was given to him by the government, the United States government, why is he allowed to use it to kill and lie and call it a virus when he put that virus all through my body too? You know how I got rid of it? I had to buy Jägermeister. The Jägermeister, once you drink a little bit every few hours, it tears down and breaks up the cold in the body. That's what's killing you. That's what he's planting into your body, into your brain, and making sure that every part of your body hurts. This is what he's doing to me. Let's be truthful and caring and stop playing games. We are not niggers. We are not black people. We are human beings, for crying out loud. Stop treating human beings as if they are nothing if they're not white.
Light skin.
If you're not light skinned. Y'all are too shallow. Not all of you. I've met some beautiful Caucasian European women and men. And I'm not here to say all of you are like that, because I've met many that I love very dearly because of the quality that they carry. And when I say that, people tend to think that, oh, okay, she runs around. No, I'm not running around. These people are my family. I love them dearly. And this is the man I'm in love with. That's a difference between love and in love. And I love him. He's my husband. I didn't marry him to be a joke. I married him because he has quality. I married him because he showed dignity. I married him because even though he had a few things that he needed to clean up, he got them cleaned up. That's my husband, and I adore him.
And I've been speaking to you as being there for me all of my life, even when I've not been there for myself or even to her or our family.
All of our lives together.
All of our lives together. Yes, together. And we've been together for
decades now.
Actually,
and you know,
over decades.
Yeah.
Which is that longevity in marriage. It's a beautiful thing, because if marriage is blooming and blossoming because it's being fed and nurtured with qualities that are
helpful to relationships, to marriages.
Yeah, trust, loyalty, dignity, honesty.
Yeah, and you should see the people. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
You should see the people that they are using inside of this building. We are renting from them.
Yes.
And can you believe we are being mistreated and persecuted by them?
Yes.
Silently, quietly, and whenever they call the police, we ask them to call the police. I did, not we. Asked them to call the police, the office to call the police, because we were being harassed and so.
Attacked by Donald Trump. Unseen.
But also the people that he's using in the building to terrorize and attack us.
Yes.
So when I called her, she said she will call the police, and it was the day before I had asked her, and the following day, here comes the police. They sent the police and told the police something about I was yelling at them. That was not true.
Yes.
I did not yell at them at all. As a matter of fact, I was letting the girl know that what she was doing was not nice and that she needs to make some changes. What they are doing is spending their time trying to go after my husband. Now, if I were a lesbian, would I have a husband? Would I be in love with my husband? Would I be looking for other men to sleep with? No. I'm in love with my husband, but I'm not in love with sleeping around with anybody but my husband. Okay?
So the feeling is mutual, even after 40-something years together.
And we have no privacy here. So I can't literally sleep with my husband in this place because we don't have our money. The government refused to pay us the money, trying to tell us that we're supposed to go to work when we have done that for decades. And what they have done, It set up persecution for us wherever we went.
Blacklisted
Blacklisted for what?
because of who we are, what we do, especially you. They've known that she was here. They didn't exactly know that she was Lord Jesus back on the planet with a new, different, and completely unexpected identity, not as a man, but as a baby girl. So they tried to kill her at birth by putting who put his hand in the maternity ward where she was lying in next to her mother, and tried to suffocate the mortal life of this divine being living in a newborn baby girl's body, and thought he did when he left the maternity ward because she was told by one of her sister gods to play dead and hold your breath. And she did it so well, this unseen assassin was convinced that he had killed this divine being who did not know that Lord Jesus back
Doing a lot of damage to my body.
a life of living
I just
hell.
did not know who they were. I'm sorry,
Yes.
I cut you off.
And in fact, different times, Flatline died, and up to 10 hours or more each time, can return into her body like Lazarus and continue to do the work that she came here to do, which is to bring all beings together.
Which is what I'm doing right now.
Mhm.
And I want you to know that
You're
I
welcome.
want you to know that I never hated or disliked or mistreated or degraded or looked down at anybody.
Hmm.
I couldn't do that. You can't do that once you understand what family is about. You can't do that when you know that all beings are your family.
Hmm.
But when you're ignorant and think you're superior because of a color, that doesn't bode well for quality society. Prejudice destroys everything.
Hmm.
Love uplifts, upgrades, protects, and respects everyone. You're all my family. I'm not here to do you in, but I am here to speak about the problems so that changes can be made so people can live in a better way. I am seeing how hard they're spending trying to hold that lie that is, what is the name of the virus they said?
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus. It's a lie. It's something they're using to give people impressions and also destroying a whole lot of people, like they said from the beginning before they started this. They said that they had to take out 80% or 90% of
Population.
the population. And then coronavirus, about a year or two later, coronavirus comes up. They were planning and had all of this arranged using that machine Mr. Trump is using. Mr. Obama had one. You know something? Mr. Obama was a gentleman while he was president. He was a gentleman when he wasn't. He still is considered the president of one of the presidents of the United States, because he is, and he was a gentleman. And you should see how they treated him. He still conducted himself with dignity and grace. I'm very proud of that family. And I'm glad that they are together. And I would never try to destroy families for my own gain. That is not a thing that was done that I like. I saw what was done to my mom. I saw what they were doing to a lot of relationships, females this being sent to go and destroy relationships that governments or systems don't want taking place so that they can go with the person. A lot of this kind of backstabbing is going on all over this Canada and the United States world. They should not allow the freedom to control the rights of other people. People have a right to recognize that they were born here, and because of it, they're free beings. They have a right to live, think, breathe, and make decisions for themselves. Don't depend on the government. They're not there for you. Look at what they have going on. Coronavirus that is killing people. When they're using that machine to literally have Trump go and kill, he's killing billions of people all over the world.
No, billions.
Sorry.
No.
Millions of people all over the world.
Not millions so
some
far.
Yes, in many places, millions.
Okay. the coronavirus toll for the number of people dead from this virus apparently is about 500,000 currently. I don't know what the actual
That's not
numbers
what I heard.
no, the actual numbers. They're using this disease to infect so far millions of human beings, and it's killed about 500,000 human beings. Mostly people are elderly, people who have pre-existing medical conditions, and even children. So, but the intention for this virus, correction, this disease that is being used was to end the mortal
Wipe
lives
out
of about
too
a
many.
third of the human population.
Not a
Because
third.
a third of the human
Mm.
population by the people in science, there's a certain segment of the scientific community who make the case that there are too many people living on the planet today. And as we move into the future, there will be more people living here, and the resources that are available will become smaller and smaller. So they make the case that a third of the human population will have to be exterminated
But
from the
they've
planet.
been killing people for a long time.
Mm,
And they've been putting other people in jail for some of what they were doing.
mm.
Could someone tell me why people that are in jobs don't have the clue about what right and wrong is?
Mm,
They're so busy trying to tell people what to do because they're superior to me and you.
mm.
So we end up in a situation where no matter where we go and whatever we do, we are being attacked and abused.
We're targets.
Mr. Trudeau needs to pay that money. And Mr. Trump also needs to pay their part in the United States because they're the ones who told those who were running government at the time to treat me like a terrorist.
Mm,
Do you know how I've been treated? Wherever I go, I'm being persecuted. Whether it's grocery store, whether it's a business place, the bank,
yes,
prejudice like hell.
yes. Inside every place you've called home for over 4 decades now.
Everywhere we went. Because the United States set that up, and Canada, without any kind of clue, is going along with those who they don't even realize didn't do anything. The
Well,
ones who are doing it is the United States government. And I made an error in what I said.
oh no, that's not it. It's go ahead, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you.
Go ahead, hon.
No, no. The people who are controlling the planet are known by such names as the deep state, the Illuminates, the powers that be, the military industrial complex. These people, and there is a small group of them who are controlling the planet's resources. They are doing so using different governments, Canada and the US and other governments, and they are using a technology that was given to two West Indian scientists to help keep Lady Gaia, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, alive because she was dying from being pounded with billions
Poisons.
of bombs, billions of pounds of bombs for a period of 6 consecutive years, every day and night, during what
Excuse me.
came to be called the War to End All Wars, World War II. 39 nations bombed Lady Gaia's surface for 6 consecutive years on a daily and nightly basis, including two atomic bombs dropped on the city of Hiroshima and
Hiroshima.
Nagasaki. Hiroshima and Nagasaki,
Yeah.
which brought World War II to a sudden and unexpected end. So this ancient healing device created by gods way back in time was given to these two West Indian scientists to use to keep Lady Gaia's body from dying. And it was stolen from them. They were then murdered. These by the American agents
Like
who
they've been
did
trying
so,
to murder us for some time now.
by the American agents who took their lives and gave this invention that looks like a miniature spaceship the size of around a golden colored miniature spaceship that fits on the um, uh, top of a small tabletop in the corner of your living room or your dining room. And this technology is in the hands of the American military, hidden inside their Black Ops program from view and kept classified, hidden from anyone except those that they decide need to know. And they're using this sacred healing technology created by gods to attack human beings for the last 80 years or so from inside the fourth dimension, given computer size, pocket size computer devices to activate the abilities from this miniature spacecraft. They then use it to to create cloaks of invisibility within an instant. We've seen evidence of this on some of the cartoon shows.
Yes, and that's how they were
And
able to get the different things used, set up the machine in different areas to do what they want. And they created that situation so that they can do as many people as possible out. And human beings like us are treated as if we are criminals. While they're doing criminal acts, they're blaming us for doing things that we have never done. We are being treated like criminals without having done any criminal acts to anyone or at any time. They were hoping that they would make us angry enough to kill, and we're not here to kill. We're here to show the problems in the society. We're here to listen to all the different areas, and then once we understand what is really going on, we speak about it. That's why Mr. Trump has been attacking every bone in my body. And that's why he's been getting away with it. Why? Because the United States government does not care. They said they would pay the money. They haven't paid it now for decades. How much longer do I have to wait to receive my money? And when are they going to tell me that my money, I'm going to get the money right away? What day? What time? Your governments are playing too many games, and they're the true criminals in all of this. We need to have these people be allowed the freedom to live as they please and stop trying to force them jobs, because the jobs that you're forcing them into is blocking the children from getting the type of education from their parents that is needed for them to be able to live amongst anybody without harm. When you do that to have and block the children from their learning, you will have the same that is going on right now, all kinds of evils everywhere, anywhere, if you so choose. We need those changes made. The only way they can be made is by the children being taught by their parents how to behave. The parents are also learning by what they're teaching their children. And when you teach the children to do the right things, they will go along in life without doing anything that is not right, that should not be used to abuse. We need change. We need the change that will bring everyone together and bring them back to a place where they can feel safe and know that they're not going to be killed, and be allowed the freedom to live and look after their families, live in a way in which everyone is treated fairly and truthfully. This is what is needed for the society. And Mr. Trump, stop harassing Mr. Joe
Scarborough.
It's necessary that you do that. These are good people. I knew them for quite a while, and I know very well they're good people. Please don't do this. Stop harassing and terrorizing human beings like you have been doing to us and trying to turn us into criminals, only we won't do that. We need our money, and we need it now. We need to stop living in the manner in which you're forcing us to live with Mr. Trudeau and you, Mr. Trump. Pay every cent you owe, because there's a whole lot more that people need to know. Speak the truth and stop coming inside of here and terrorizing my body while I'm sleeping, while I'm awake, when I go to brush my teeth, when I come back, and then setting up people to say things like, when older people start getting pain, they kill themselves because they can't deal with the pain anymore. I didn't get this pain naturally. Mr. Trump was giving it to me everywhere I lived.
Hmm.
He didn't find that that was enough. He was attacking our daughter in different ways.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. They want us shut up so they don't have to deal with it. Well, this is not something you're going to deal with because I will speak straight out. I want the public to know. I want those who are practicing this kind of behavior to recognize that they don't fool me.
Hmm.
They need to pay the money. You blocked the courts. You blocked all the systems. Now, I don't have a system to get help from because you have the banks that are prejudiced like hell. You have the systems prejudiced like hell. What else you want to turn prejudice so you can control the rights of other people? What else do you want from people?
Hmm.
It's not your right to force people to do bad things and then turn around and call them criminals. While you have Mr. Trump walking all over the place with this machine, killing people and lying, and you'll just walk with the idea that that's the way it is. But it didn't happen. That I'm not speaking the truth. No, I am, and you know very well. What you showed me that was done to many African men in this country told me how much you care about all of us.
Hmm. Oh, listen.
I'm being sarcastic.
No. Yeah, I know.
So these things need to be changed. Mr. Trump and Mr. Trudeau needs to pay the money they owe and stop playing games. And we are not going to any jobs that they're trying to tell us that we're supposed to go to. We've had enough of it.
Hmm.
We have it from the top of our heads to the bottom of our feet. We've been put through it. So don't come and tell us what we are supposed to do. We are adults. We're not babies. Just spend your time sending all kinds of people to tell me I'm old. I look better than any of you that think that you are older than me or that you're younger than me and behave as if you don't know how to treat people. Sending kisses as if I can't deal with it. It's too much. They love me too much.
Stroking your ego or trying to.
You think I'm stupid? And even if I were, I'm not stupid enough to leave my beautiful husband. We get along very well, thank you.
Best of friends.
You all have forced me to become angry. You need to cut the garbage out and stop looking to terrorize human beings that has done nothing to any of you.
Hmm.
Lying and cheating and playing games, setting up men to come and send kisses or tell me they love me.
Hmm.
I love them too, but not to go with. They're my family. That is a no-no. This is the man I love. This is the man I'm married to. And I couldn't just hop and run to anybody. You have children, you have a husband, you protect your husband, you protect your children. You don't do well when you're going hopping up from one person to another. It shows lack of proper thinking.
Hmm.
And I'm seeing a lot of that going on.
Lack of commitment.
Lack of commitment because you're too busy working to think, to know what right and wrong is. It's not that you don't have it. It's that you haven't gotten connected with yourselves in those areas, in those levels where you can connect with everybody and still not run around.
Hmm.
But they don't believe that because they think they can't help themselves, so you can't help yourself too. Well, I can help myself. Guess what? I've been helping myself all my life by making sure that I do the right thing and protect everyone. That's my job. Or I wouldn't be here doing the job that I'm doing here now. And if that were the case, my handsome husband, oh, I thought I saw someone I don't want to ground. Having shocked that it wasn't, it was a dog.
Doggy. We love dogs and
Yeah.
babies.
Yes.
They don't harm or seek to harm you unless
Yeah.
animals have been mis.
For those who have
Guided.
heard, and I know many of you are here, let Mr. Trudeau know that we need our money immediately. Okay? On that note, Mr. Trudeau, we need all of our money. We don't need your $1,900. You owe us in the billions.
Hmm.
We need our money and we need it now. We do not need to live in this manner and we should not be. You have no right trying to force us to live in a way in which you and your prejudice decide that we should. We decide that, not you. You committed the crimes, you and Trump. Pay the money you owe and stop playing games.
Beautiful.
Thank you, darling.
Magnetic.
Mm.
The avatar is telling you that money's owed to this family. And for those of you wondering what money, who decided what amount is owed to this family, who decided that it should be paid? Well, let me tell you, since it's my job to do so. She is part of a group known as the Committee of Gods. The Committee of Gods number, hmm, there are billions of male gods and trillions
Oh,
of
female.
female gods who make up the membership of the Committee of Gods. This committee, which is headed by the one known as the God of all gods, Her Divine Majesty, the great goddess, who is sitting next to me right here, known to you as Avatar Galextra, who lived as Lord Jesus 2,000 years ago, as Lord Buddha 2,500 years ago, as Lord Krishna 5,200 years ago. The Committee of Gods decided, after looking at the case about regarding these two nations and what they've done with this technology created by a few of her brother gods, given telepathically to two members of the birth country she's from, Trinidad and Tobago, two scientists, had it stolen from them, murdered, weaponized by the American military, who have misused this sacred healing technology given to them, given to the scientists to help Lady Gaia from dying 80 years ago. And they've used this technology as a weapon to attack human beings from inside the fourth dimension, including starting or creating all the major armed conflicts that have taken place on this planet since the end of World War II, attacking Lady Gaia herself by creating different types of natural disasters, storms, hurricanes, tornadoes, and others, using this sacred technology, healing technology, as a weapon to do so by causing the deaths of many human beings by having people who are used to commit mass murders and serial killings, whether from whether as Manchurian candidates by controlling their minds or bodies, or occupying their bodies and committing these killings themselves, and other crimes they've used this technology to commit, including stealing billions billions of dollars from different nations over the last 80 years, unseen, from their treasuries and other places where they store their special
Excuse me.
artifacts. So the crimes that have been committed by the US, along with Canada, whom they brought on board, and the crimes that they have used this weapon, this technology to commit against the official leader, ambassador to planet Earth, Avatar Galextra, these crimes and more, the Committee of Gods found these two nations guilty of these crimes and ordered that they are to pay tens of billions of dollars to Avatar Galextra, in this case, $100 million each in their own currency, which means the US pays more, and for them to do so in a timely and efficient manner, or in a manner in which the Avatar decides that they should pay this financial compensation owed to this family, going to the Avatar because she's the official leader of this family. I'm the male, she's the female, but she is our spiritual master, mentor, and family protector. So the Committee of Gods ruled that the US and Canada must pay this massive fine imposed on them by the highest authority in existence now for thousands of trillions of years. And so far, neither the US nor Canada have responded or taken any actions to pay this debt owed to the Avatar family as determined by the Committee of Gods. So the Committee of Gods decided May of last year that they would authorize Lady Gaia, known to you as Mother Earth and Mother Nature, to use her incomparable natural forces and to pull these two nations inside the three oceans currently surrounding them today. As a 5 year old, as we've told you before, the Avatar dreamed of seeing the Statue of Liberty in stages being covered completely in water as she stood with her arm extended, the right arm with a lighted torch. She was engulfed with water that completely covered her entire statue, which stood about 300 feet or so tall on a platform about this height of her body. And so while in this dream she saw the statue being engulfed completely in water, one of her sister gods told her that the United States had disappeared from the surface of planet Earth. And so as well did the nation of Canada. And this dream was telling the Avatar, or showing her as a 5 year old, what would take place in the future. And as she told her mom, as a 5, 6 year old, I came to this planet to save the world. Her mother heard that shocking
Yeah.
information given to her by her uh, daughter, divine daughter, and told her that yes, she would achieve that goal, but that she would meet all kinds of trials and tribulations along the way that would be put in her path to try to keep her from accomplishing the job that she came here to do. Now, currently, you're caught up in this COVID 19 era with a
Excuse me.
disease that is neither a virus nor is it
Excuse me.
infectious or contagious. Sorry. And it's created this international health crisis that has completely locked down the entire planet, or the governments are forced to spend billions of dollars and more that they don't have and pass all kinds of emergency drastic measures under the guise that they are trying to protect the population from becoming infected with this contagious disease that your scientists and your experts in the medical and health communities have identified and diagnosed to be a virus that they call COVID 19 virus. But this virus is neither this disease being used to infect the bodies of millions of human beings and killing so far about 500,000 human beings across the planet. It's neither a virus nor is it contagious. It is mucus weaponized with this technology that is thousands of years ahead of anything that has been developed so far on this planet by the human race, and which has been weaponized by the American military inside their black ops programs and being used in the fourth dimension by Donald J. Trump and a network of other unseen assassins to infect the bodies of human beings across the planet anytime they choose, any way they choose, in any numbers they choose. So this disease is not contagious. What is contagious is that these unseen criminals are infecting the bodies of human beings wherever they choose to, especially when they gather in numbers, and doing so with the experts and scientists saying that this virus is continuing to spread. It's not spreading, this disease is not spreading, it is being spread by those who are using this
Technology.
technology from inside the fourth dimension, infecting the bodies of groups of people. They zip, they're flashing in and out of our three-dimensional realm, infecting human beings in the twinkling of an eye with this amazing technology that they have weaponized. So this whole narrative that is now put the planet into a whole new way of being, a very unhealthy, unsustainable way of existence, will have to come to an end. But it will not end until the information that we are releasing to you is given to you and processed and allows you to understand what is being done to you, who is doing it, how they're doing it, and the fact that they're using a technology that is so advanced, even though it is a modified version of the original technology created by few of the Avatar's brother gods ages ago. It's being used on this planet to do all kinds of crimes against human beings without them having any knowledge or awareness of these crimes being committed against them, or without them having any abilities at this point in time, they're told, to actually identify the actual disease that is being used to create this international crisis that your scientists have unknowingly and mistakenly diagnosed as something they call a virus, COVID-19 virus. So we're in the process of sounding the alarm to you so that you become aware and informed about what's being done to you, who's doing it to you, how they're doing it to you, and why they are committing these crimes against the human race. Their eventual goal is to remove a third of the population of the human race from this planet as soon as they can, so that the rest of the human race left behind can become more controlled and be able to survive in a world where there's enough resources for them to do so. Because at the pace that the human race is growing, they will not be, this little guy's landmass will not be able to sustain and provide for all the human population living here in the next 10, 20 years or so.
But the government was were the same people who was telling women to go and sleep with any man they want, sleep with anybody, everybody.
Yes,
And
the
once they,
60s.
they made sure they got them all loaded with a lot of people, and now they want to kill them out.
Yes,
That is wrong.
yes, it is.
You don't play those games with human beings. You don't play with other people's lives.
Playing God
I love those
without the
kids.
wisdom.
I do not like to see these kids being harmed. I do not like to see people doing this damage. That's one of the lies that they went and told in the government, that I raped my little sister. Never did.
Of
Big lie.
course.
But once they set that in motion, people believe what you're saying. So if they kill you out, they will say, well, at least they got rid of the rapist.
But any person thinking with any kind of clarity would see that that kind of slander has no substance or base to it. It's just dirt being thrown at a god, hoping that
It
some
will
of that
stick.
dirt will stick. And it's consumed her thinking and behavior for a number of weeks now, because she can't understand why this kind of slanderous charge will be made against her when she has lived a completely opposite life from what they're trying to say that she has done. And so I tell her, this is not, this slanderous accusation they're making about her.
Trump to come and attack and abuse me on an everyday basis.
Oh,
24/7.
you're connected. Interrupt. So we are sounding the alarm, and it will take some time for you to get relating to human beings across the planet, governments, disease that has been mistakenly and incorrectly diagnosed is it contagious. But
They create a machine in order to kill,
yes,
and they're using Mr. Trump to do it.
and a network of these
And Mr. Trudeau.
unseen and a network of these unseen assassins to commit these. So they're trying to disrupt.
Tampering. They
Yes,
don't want us to speak about the problem.
yes,
So what they do is interfere with what you have. Mr. Trump is in here doing can bet.
yes. So
Mr. Trump, Mr. Trudeau, you owe us billions of dollars. Pay the money. We are not going to sit back in this motel while being attacked and abused from head to toe, night and day, to continue living this way. We need our money, and we need it in like a day or two. Pay that money, and we are out of your lives. We are going out and doing what we have to do and look after our family, which is something we should have been doing some time ago, but you would not allow us the right to do so, huh?
And also, too, the money that the Avatar is reminding you to pay, that the committee of gods has ruled that you are responsible for paying, the vast majority of this amount will be used by the Avatar and her husband to look after tens of human beings. There's a light there. Beautiful. Who are living downtrodden, impoverished lives across the planet today. And so we're not asking for this money just to take care of our own basic needs and our own well-being. It's to be used to uplift and nourish and empower the lives of
those who did not get an opportunity to live in a manner in which they were born to, but they will be getting be looked after because they're able to live. And the government and the systems, if they try to steal the money from the people, the public, those who have money, then the gods will, of course, take action and make sure that this kind of insanity is stopped immediately, pronto.
Yes.
Blessings to all of you, and I wish you all the best. Lift up your hand, hon. There.
Also, too, for those of you who want to continue to receive broadcasts from this family, we ask you to click on the subscribe button just beneath this broadcast and become a member of what we have named the Liberating Truth Movement to bring you information about you and others and the treasures that you are, and also the treasures that you are carrying inside your being.
Yes.
Given to you by your creator, known to you as whatever divine being that you identify that person to be in your life. And there are trillions of these gods, people.
Yes.
Mostly females, guys. Yes, there are billions of gods, male gods, but there are trillions of female gods. So guys have to start to hold the values you're taught to practice and the view from which you are taught to view the world, the point and place from which you're taught to view the world.
And remember, mother is the word that literally trains you to be the kind of beings that you become. When they're allowed the freedom to look after at home until they're old enough so that parents can now go out and work if they want to or do whatever they want to, but their children needs attended to first. These are beautiful people that have not been allowed the right to be trained properly.
Yes.
So when they grow up, what you see is what you get.
Yes.
Blessings to you all.
The hand that rocks the cradle truly is the hand that rules the world.
That's right.
But in the larger scheme of things, women, guys, and female beings, they're the ones who are looking after the universe existence, looking out for all of life, looking after all of life, and being there for all of life.
Yes. Those that are doing it, for those you have been robbed of your right to be able to recognize what you have and how you can pass it on. And when you're sharing the gift that everyone has a right to have and recognize that it's embedded in them. I wish you all the best. Thank you for listening. And morning, Joe, and your wife. Blessings to you both, Mika.
Lady Mika.
Yes, blessings to you both, and I wish you the best. And don't worry about Mr. Trump. He'll have to stop his behavior just now. Have a great day and a great life, and good luck on your journey. Take care of yourselves. We love you. We know you're not that type of person, Mr. Joe.
Scarborough.
Yes, Mr. Joe Scarborough. Blessings and good luck on your journey. Yes. Take care. Bye, Mika. Bye, you both.